Hello and welcome back again. Beyond the Veil. Let me see if I can put some reality in what I am trying to explain. How many of you were taught that the Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island and not Liberty Island? How many of you remember that the capital of Australia was Sydney? And so on and so on and so on. And that's less than 100 years that things have changed. And someone's trying to tell me that, oh no, we have records that go back thousands of years, yet we can't even agree on something that's less than 100 years old? Then there's a problem. You're telling me that people know things thousands of years old when we can't even come to a simple conclusion that's less than 50 years old? Let that sink in. If there's that much trouble with 50-year-old stuff, and you're telling me you have thousands and thousands and thousands of years, someone's blowing smoke somewhere. I mean, it's stupid. I know it sounds stupid, but it is. Let me explain it to you this way. You have people who believe that the world is a ball and there's no proof of it. We have things that detect the movement of Earth, and they are called earthquake detectors. And the higher the number, the worse it gets, and the more people hope that the Earth stops moving. Not that the world continues to move, no, that the world stops moving. When you get on a Richter scale, a 9.0, you're going to be shitting in your pants hoping to hell that it stops soon. You ain't going to be wishing, oh, we're on a ball. No. Because Earth move is a bad thing, not a good thing. Earth move is for stupid people who don't know. Yeah, it sounds insane, but you know what? It's not. I will take anyone, and I will bet anyone, dimes to dollars, they can't disprove this. Noon to sunrise. Alright? On average, it's 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., depending on where you are. They're going to try to pull bullshit and say, well, it depends on the time of year and whatever. It doesn't change the fact, alright? For every hour, like from noon to 11, the sun is approximately 750 miles away from you. Now, 10 o'clock means 2 times 750 is 1500. Blah, 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 blah. Now, from noon minus sunrise time, depending on what time that is around you, or your perspective, not mine, yours, wherever you are in the world, doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter when you are. Sunrise is what we're talking about. When you see the sun, the ball, the orange, red, and yellow object in the sky called the sun. Whenever you can see that, will determine on how far you are able to see light. Not the horizon, not physical objects, light. Light, you'll have people claim, oh, it's a physical thing, it's a wave, it's a particle. We don't know what light is. We can only assume we know. We can only assume that there are people out there that have this knowledge. Other than that, it's like the Statue of Liberty. When I grew up, it was on Ellis Island. Yet, it's no longer on Ellis Island, it's on Liberty Island. I'm not even 50 years old and that's changed. I mean, if 50 years history gives you that much problems to start with, you're telling me something about 10,000 years ago, guess what? I'm going to say you're pulling this shit out of your ass. It's as simple as that. Now, back to what I was saying. For every hour that the sun is out, that's 750 miles. So if you see it at, let's say, 6 o'clock, you're looking at about 4,500 miles away. So, looking up, all those lights in the sky, every single last one of them is within that 4,500 miles. Not light years. Not bubble shit. Because people want to pretend. This is something you can physically measure. Not have to pretend. This is what your eyes can see. Because what you can measure is the distance from you to where it is at noon above the world. So, we're talking 4,500 miles. Everything that you see in the sky is limited to that distance. The moon, the stars, the sky above, 4,500 miles max. And it all depends on when you can see the sun in the morning. Not, well, we have these numbers that do this, we have these numbers that do that. No. Everything you see can be measured within the distance you can first see the first rays of sunlight in the morning. Surprise, surprise. The furthest you can ever see up is 4,500 miles, and they want to claim, oh, those are light years away. No, they're not. Everything you ever see, or will ever see, is a radius, i.e. you being the center, going out 4,500 miles. Meaning that since you're standing on the ground, looking up, 4,500 miles max. They can't show me a glass of water that will magnify everything. No. They can't say that, well, there is no proof, because guess what? I just gave you physical proof. I just gave you 100% proof that they cannot deny. You want to deny it? You're a stupid idiot. You're one of these Zion people. You're one of these people who believes in religion over facts. Let me explain to you who Einstein was. What, by one question, what did Einstein do to earn him rock star status when we have individuals who's ended up curing cancer that haven't even gotten half that credit? In other words, he was a propagandist. He was a manipulator. And he had an agenda to push. That's why he got rock star status. DeGrasse, what has he done? Dropped the mic on the ground and called it gravity. Because he doesn't understand he had to pick the item up before he could drop it. Stupid people who only consider half the equation. Doesn't make it real. Doesn't make it fact. If you want to ignore half of it, you lose out on half the information to start with. It's not that you're smart. No, it's you're stupid because you ignore things that don't fit your little paradigm. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to be stupid. They want you to suck on their priests' dicks. Because that's what they are. They are priests. If you cannot prove what you believe, it is a belief. It is not truth if you cannot prove it. This is where what is called the id or ID comes in. The id will not let you see things your mind cannot process. Just does not work. But you'll say somehow that, oh no, that's not true, or something to that effect. However, keep in mind, I just proven that half the people of this world remember where the Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island. Half the people of this world remember that the capital of Australia was Sydney. Yet, they want to claim different facts now. However, if you realize that within less than 50 years that information changes from left to right to left, and that it's not accurate worth of anything, no matter what their claim is at this point, they're always 100% going to be wrong when they don't have proof. When they don't have proof is when you have to use hearsay. Well, this person said this, or this person said that, and you're left without a way to prove it. And you're left with citing. Well, so-and-so from so-and-so did so-and-so. What do you know of this person? What do you know of this individual? Do you know if this individual was a habitual liar like Hillary Clinton? Do you know if this individual was a psychopath? What do you know of this individual that you're quoting? Do you know if he had an agenda to push? Do you know if he was really smart, or if he was nothing more than a town drunk? But you're going to quote him and tell me, oh no, by so-and-so he's done this. That's hearsay. That doesn't provide me an experiment to prove. That doesn't provide me anything. That provides me with a religion. Well, you need to believe this because this person here did this. Really? I've seen green screens where they show space. I've seen green screens where a frog floats in water. I have seen EM where a frog floats in water, or electromagnetic fields, and so on. Nowadays, since at least the 1970s that I know of, this technology has been around. And something less than 50 years old, the VW symbol, or sigil, whatever you want to call it, has changed, and so on. Stuff like that. A good example. Life is like a box of chocolate. Not life was like a box of chocolates. Language is they're trying to change language. J wasn't around until the English language. Yet for some reason, Jesus is his name. What? Are you an idiot? Think about it. Before 200 years ago, he wasn't called Jesus. What was his name? You can't even name it. You can't tell me what his name was because you're convinced J is his name. No. Think about it. Let it sink in. Bye.